would say two things since I've used Patricia. When you go into a bank, a lot of times they have certain squares and certain holes you have to fit in, and if you don't, they can't help you. She's not like that. She's what they call a mortgage broker, which means it's an advantage to you, where she has multiple sources, multiple lenders to work with. So it opens up your options. And the second thing is that she really cares. She really cares. We were at that luncheon a few weeks ago together, and she's like on her email just checking all the time, seeing what the status was for loans. Are they funding?
I had
are they
a closing that day.
You know, is it happening? So she breathes, sleeps, lives, and cries over her deals until she gets them through. So I wanted to give that pat on the back to her. There we go.
All right, good morning. My name is Patricia Martin, and I'm with Go Mortgage, and as I always say, I'm your mortgage professional. And I too love to help people, and it's nice to be in this industry sometimes right now. Times are tough, and it's nice to be able to get people back on their feet and help them out. I thought about what to talk about this morning, and I was going to do the PowerPoint, and we didn't have the stuff today, so it's kind of hard to talk numbers when you can't see the numbers. So I kind of thought I'd go into steps to buying a home. And the reason I say this is because so many people call me and go, Patricia, I want to put an offer on this place. And I'm like, but we haven't even talked. Do you know what you qualify for? Do you know what your mortgage payment's going to be? And people don't know. And I think they get very excited and they want to go out and buy a home. And I want to kind of give you the step-by-step process to do that before you go out and meet with your real estate agent. Winston, right?
Yes.
All right, so these are the correct steps when you want to go out and buy a home. The first thing you need to do is you need to come meet with me. Now, when I say meet with me, you don't have to come and sit in my office. We don't have to meet anywhere. With technology today, between our emails and our fax and our e-faxes and all that stuff, I can get you some pretty good information just via fax and emails. But we need to somehow communicate. We need to go over, the first thing is credit. And the lending has been very tight lately, as you guys all know, but I have a stack here of lenders that are coming out with all these cool new programs. Look at this, no income, no asset again. I mean, these are all crazy things that we lost all these years when things got. However, in saying that, I have to stress credit. That's the first thing I have to stress. These are all huge FICO scores. You need 700, 720, 740 FICOs. You need big down payments, so you need lots of savings. You need stability. These programs are not going to be offered just to anybody like we used to do back in the past. So the first thing I talk about when I meet with somebody is your credit. Life now depends on credit. We don't do people with low credit scores anymore. So that's the first thing we go over. The next thing is going to be income. Obviously, on these stated incomes, you still have to prove somehow that you make an income. The days of just writing down you made 10 grand a month are long gone. You're not going to have that anymore. So you have to still truly prove that you can make the income that you say you make. The next thing we talk about, once we know what your credit looks like, and once we know how much money you make, and if you truly can qualify, is specifically qualifying, is mortgage payments. So a lot of people come to me and they say, Patricia, I want my mortgage payment at $2,000 a month. So then what we do is we work the numbers backwards, and I say, this is what you can get for a mortgage payment of $2,000 a month. The other way we do it is I tell you, hey, you qualify for a house that costs $500,000, and your mortgage payment's going to be, you know, with taxes and insurance, $3,500, and you step back and go, whoa, that's too much. Then we can lower that. But a lot of people don't always know what a mortgage payment is going to be. Again, they go out and they want to shop for these homes, but they have no idea what they're going to pay month to month on a home. And there's more to that home than just the monthly mortgage payment. Obviously, you're going to have property taxes. If you have any kind of borrowed money, which most of us don't have $500,000 laying around to go buy a home, the lenders require you to have insurance on that home in case the home burns down. They want to make sure that you're covered and that home can be rebuilt because there is a loan on it. So that's the next thing I kind of go into, is we talk about what it's going to cost you, and then you know, think about how much do I need to make in that month or every month to cover that mortgage payment. And there's life outside a home, and I think that was the big downfall back in the last several years, was people were buying more home than they really truly could afford. There's life outside of a home. I know everyone loves a big, beautiful home, but everything's expensive now. Gas is expensive. You know, all of our utilities are expensive, going out to dinner is expensive, groceries are expensive, everything, car insurance. So there's so much more to owning a home than just that mortgage payment. And those are kind of things we talk about. I'm not a financial planner, so I'm not going to plan your future. That's Craig's job. But I do want to sit down with you and make sure that you know what you're getting into before you actually buy this home. There's other things that I talk to people about, like if you're going to be borrowing money or getting money as gifts, there's guidelines that the bank need. We call that seasoning of funds. If you want to show that that money is yours, the money's got to be in the bank for 60 days. So those are things I talk to you about. If you come to me and want to put an offer on a house, we don't have those 2 months to season that money. And a lot of the lenders are looking for that. So again, these are things that we go over before you go out and look for a house. Another big one is a lot of us in this group, we're all self-employed, right? So we don't have that nice W-2 and that nice pay stub we get every 2 months. So I have to use your tax returns. So again, if you want to buy a house, I'll say, hey, this is what I need the returns to show this year. I know a lot of us don't like to show the money we make, and then we have to pay taxes on it. But if you want to buy a house, sometimes you're going to have to, okay? So I'll tell you, hey, this is how much I need to see on your returns so you can qualify for a house next year. And right now it's a great time. It's November. So if you want to buy a house next year in 2012, those returns have got to be good for 2011. We can't have, again, the non-income products are hard to get. You need big down payments. And I was looking at this last night. I'm like, 65% loan to value. I mean, who has that much money to put down? But if you do, I can get you a stated product. So again, the products, they look enticing, and I'm happy that they're coming back out. That means the banks are starting to want to lend again. But they're really hard to get to. So if you want to buy a house with 5% down, even less, FHA 3.5% down, 10% down, these stated programs are probably not going to work for you. So what this does, so now that we've met, I've kind of told you what you need to do. It makes when you go out for a house a lot easier. You're looking at homes that fit you. So if I told you qualify for $500,000, you're not going to look at houses for $600,000 and go, oh, I wish I could buy that house, because you can't. Don't go there. All right. So shop for the house you can qualify for. There's no need to, especially the ladies. Oh, they get all emotionally attached to these homes and they get so upset when they can't buy them. So don't go there. Go to the houses that you can afford. The houses that I told you fit your category. It makes it easier on the real estate agent. You guys aren't wasting time seeing houses that that you can't afford or that you can't buy. Also, when you visit with me first, it gives you time, like I said, to get that money seasoned. It gives you time to save more money for a down payment. If I tell you you need $17,000 to buy this house, it gives you time. Whereas if you just want to shop, and then I come back and tell you need $17,000 and you don't have it, now your wife's going to be crying because that was her dream home. So again, we don't want to go there. Another thing it gives you time is to fix your credit. Again, credit can't be fixed. I tell people, take care of your credit. That's all we hang our hat on now. They don't go, oh, Kim, she's such a nice lady, let's help her out. No, it's black and white. You need to have the FICO scores. If you don't have the FICO scores, they really don't care, unfortunately. So again, meeting with me first, we can go over your credit. If we have, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I learn credit and people go, oh, that's not mine. I didn't know I had that, and they freak out. So again, it gives you time to get that fixed. The credit bureaus, I will say, are making it a lot easier now to fix credit. You can do a lot of it online. It's fantastic. I've sat with clients at my desk and we'll log on to TransUnion, and you put in all your info. It's kind of like Big Brother. It's amazing the questions that they ask you, and if you answer them correct, here comes your credit report. It's like, whoa, very, very crazy, but it's so simple. So you can go through your report, find the items that you think are incorrect, possibly don't belong to you. You mark them. You explain why this isn't yours. You can upload attachments on like, hey, I did pay this, here's my payment, it's still showing on there. And they have 30 days to review that, and they email you back and tell you what they've done. It's fantastic. No more of the days where you used to have to print your report and write and ready and can send it off, via pigeon. And it's very nice now. So the lenders, the bureaus do make it easy to correct errors on your report. However, if it's yours, you own it. I mean, we can't make foreclosures go away. We can't make derogs go away. If it's yours, it's yours. But what we can do, again, is help you fix the things that you think are there in error, that are bringing your score down. So, and again, they have 30 days, so that you need to give them some time. They can't fix it in a day or two, or even a week. I did have a guy do it, and they reported back in 10 days, and they took it off. It was that quick. But it does take some time. Also, it makes for an easier escrow. Obviously, if you have all your ducks in a line and you've done everything I've asked you to do, then when you finally do go out there and put an offer on a house, it makes for a nice, smooth escrow, because when the lender says, I need proof of funds, you give them your bank statements, and 2 months shows that the money is there, and we don't have any problems, and so it just makes it a lot easier. So that's purchase money. Great time to buy a home. Obviously, we all know that values are what, 2000 and...
Back to 2002.
2002 prices, so all those years that so many people got priced out of the market, now it's time to go back out there and buy the house. And then my bread and butter is obviously my refinances, and I think I talk about that all the time. Rates are fantastic. The killer right now is values, but always call me. I can go over the situation. I can look at your mortgage payment. I can tell you, hey, you can refi. No, you can't. We just run values. Value check is one of the first things I run now, even before credit, because why run your credit and pay for credit if the value's not there and we can't refinance? If you don't have MI, there's no point in refinancing your house to get MI. MI is expensive. And when your value drops and you get below a certain marker, the lender will require MI insurance. So refinancing is still the main thing I do, but it's tough right now. Again, you got to qualify, you got to have the FICO scores, and you got to have the value. And those three things are pretty tough. The main thing with the refis, there's got to be a benefit. Okay, people call me, oh, I have 5 1/4, I want to get 4 1/4. But if you have to throw MI on there, there's no benefit. So the lenders want, then you need to have a benefit. And I sleep at night, so I'm not going to refinance you just to get you a lower rate and your payment's the same. There's got to be a benefit. It's got to make sense. And I want you to be able to refer me to your family and friends and go, she really helped me, not, oh, it was okay, you know. So again, I will find a benefit, and if I can't find a benefit, then I'm not going to refinance you. And I think my time is up. Any questions? About a minute? Or no? Yeah, maybe a minute?
Sure.
On the credit, are they still working on it? It takes 7 years for some things to clear off?
It does. Foreclosures right now, you can buy a home, and the reason I say foreclosures is because it seems like everyone I talk to now has foreclosures, and you feel bad, you want to help these people. Foreclosures, they'll refinance or re-lend to you after 3 years, and the main thing is reestablish new credit. That's what I express to you. When you've had a, whatever it is, whether it's a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, something major, we need reestablished new credit. We need to reprove to the lenders that you got through that situation and now you're a fresh start, and then you open some new credit and you can pay these on time. But yes, a lot of things still take, especially like judgments and stuff, are still long.
I want to say 2 things since I've used Patricia. When you go into a bank, a lot of times they have certain squares and certain holes you have to fit in, and if you don't, they can't help you. She's not like that. She's what they call a mortgage broker, which means it's an advantage to you, where she has multiple sources, multiple lenders to work with. So it opens up your options. And the second thing is that she really cares. She really cares. We were at that luncheon a few weeks ago together, and she's like on her email just checking all the time, seeing what the status was for loans. Are they funding?
I had
Are
a
they going
closing
through?
that day. So
you know, is it happening? So she breathes, sleeps, lives, and cries over her deals until she gets them through. So I wanted to give that pat on the back to her. There we go.
All right, with that,